to hit the record button. And I need to hit record today. All right, toes to the back. Both arms press. Squeeze the glutes, reaching back. 8, 7. Think about a nice good squeeze. We're opening up the hips and waking up the glutes. 4, 3, tapping side, reaching up. Think about the legs going all the way out and in. 4, 3, knees up, we're gonna march and we're gonna press. So on this one, the focus is on pushing forwards. 6, 5. All right, now we're gonna curl back and the focus is on squeezing back. Smaller range of motion. 8, 7, 4, 3. We're just gonna sway side to side. Nice loosey-goosey arms. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna add that backward arm swing. And going swimming, waking up those shoulders. 4, 3, 2. All right, we're gonna squat. So take those feet about hip width apart, toes pointing forwards or a little bit out. And we're just gonna start with our mini squat. And all we wanna do is a little hip hinge. So think about your position. We're not bending over, and we're really not bending our knees yet. We're just pushing back like we've got a high bar stool, figuring out where it is. All right, we're gonna slow it down. We're gonna deepen it just a little bit. So belly is in, chest is away from your thighs. Make a little finger sandwich right here. We have 4 more. We're gonna start to add some arms and bring it up. Still staying tall, so we don't wanna drop the ears. We wanna drop our bodies. All right, forward step and reach. Forward step. So just shifting the weight. You guys know this one. We've been doing it for how long? 2. All right, let's add that little bit of rotation. Feet step forward. We get that foot on the ground, then we rotate the upper torso. 4, 3, 2. All right, backward step, belly's in, open and close. Back heel stays up, weight stays over that front foot. This is our precursor to our lunges. Arms go overhead, same legs. 4, 3, 2. All right, we're gonna jog it out. So just nice and easy. Jogging, high knee marching. Lots of different options. 4, 3, 2. All right, jumping jacks. Here we go, out and in. 4, 3, 2. All right, heel kick jog, heel jog, or hamstring curls. So whichever one we're doing, try not to let that knee come up in front. Take it back. All right, skaters. Side step, little cross behind. 4, 3, 2. Good. Let's just march it out. Grab a drink of water. All right, 45 seconds work, 10 seconds recovery, and transition to the next exercise. So we're gonna do one side, reverse curl, reverse lunge, curl to overhead press. And yes, we did these yesterday. Then the other side, and then we're gonna do a lateral raise with a calf raise. So I've got a couple people. So if you've got goofy shoulders, stick with light weights or listen and pay attention to the shoulders because we do have 3 shoulder exercises today. All right, so you're gonna grab a weight. We're gonna do that reverse lunge, curl to press. Option 1, lunge, curl to press. Option 2, lunge and do the hold and do the curl to press. All right, so you have 45 seconds and your time is on. So 45 seconds. So option 1, do your lunge and then do your curl to press. Reverse lunge, curl to press. And it can be a small reverse lunge, doesn't have to be huge. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you do a reverse lunge, hold that lunge, and then do your curl to press. Slow and steady, take your time. So notice I'm taking a pretty good sized step, keeping my shoulders over my hips. My knees are staying over my ankles when I'm in that lunge position. So in my front leg, my weight is in my heel. In my back leg, it's around my toe and the front of my leg. So let's do the other side. This is your recovery. 3, 2, 1. Good. So option 1, reverse lunge, curl to press. Reverse, curl to press. Option 2, go back into that lunge position, hold it, and do your curl to press. Now, if you've got longer legs or you're taller, you do want to take a bigger step back for your lunge. It will help keep that front leg in a good position. So if you're doing a little step, a lot of times what happens is we have to push that front leg forwards. So don't be too scared to do a bigger step backwards. And if that means holding onto a chair for a little stability, it's great. Good. All right, we're gonna do lateral raises with calf raises. So a lighter weight. All right, so heels up, arms out. Option, no weights. Option, you can alternate. Or you can just do the calf raises. That's all right too. Straight out to the side, or if it's more comfortable, at a diagonal. They call this the scapular plane. They do these a lot more in physical therapy. Tends to be a little bit more comfortable if you've got some shoulder problems. So it's 30, 45 degrees, halfway between a front raise and a side raise. So instead of coming straight out, you come up at an angle, just a little bit wide. Good. Set it down, grab your weights. We have round 2. We're gonna be doing that reverse curl to overhead press again. Good, and your time is on. So reverse, curl to press. Now you have the option, if your knees are okay with it, you can absolutely do a front lunge and a curl to press. It's a little bit different, but you still want to have that good lunge position. So you step forward, but just like in our warm-up, you drop the knee down. So you don't want to step forward and push the knee forward. You'll want to step forward and drop the back knee towards the floor. If your shoulders are feeling it, skip the overhead press. Stick with just the bicep curl. Good. We're going to switch. Move into the other side. So yes, a little bit of extra shoulders today. 3, 2, 1. Good. So reverse or forward, you decide. So nice tall posture. I'm definitely kind of feeling these a little bit. Not in a bad way though. Definitely feel like I'm working. So you decide the depth. Just think about pretty good sized steps and then dropping down. Goal, 90 to 90. 90 hips, 90 knees. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, we're gonna switch. Lateral raises, heel lifts. And again, if your shoulders are feeling it, just do the heel lifts. Do the lateral raises without weights. You can use this as a balance focus instead of a shoulder focus. So as we do our lifts, we don't want to rock the hips forwards. We want to be ballerinas. Yep, guys too. You're going to lift those heels, press into the ball of the foot and the big toe. About 10 more seconds, a little bit of a break. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out, grab a drink of water. All right, so next round, we're gonna do squats with a front raise. If your shoulders are fried, just do the squats, skip the front raise. Yeah? Then we're gonna do rows, and you have the option to just do a regular row, or you can do a deadlift hold. And we're gonna do that right and left. All right, so I'm grabbing light weights for my front raises. If you don't want to do the front raises and you just want to do the squats, go right ahead, and you can go with a heavier weight for your squats. But we're going to do down, front raise, option 1. Option 2, squat and front raise at the same time. A wider stance makes this a little easier. 3, 2, 1, time is on. 45 seconds. So again, option 1, down, up, and front raise. Option 2 is you can do a front raise and the squat at the same time. Option 3, squats. Yeah, you're good. So I know this is a lot of shoulders. I wasn't paying attention when I grabbed the workout this morning. Oh, that's a lot of shoulders. So listen to your body. If you need to ditch the shoulders this time, you've already done front raises, or you've already done overheads, and you've already done side raises. Those are the big ones. Good, 5 more seconds. So remember, chest is up, ears are away from those elbows. Good, grab weights for rows, just 1. So we're gonna shift our weight forwards. Our back leg is honestly there as a kickstand. My toe is barely touching. This is option 1. Option 2, you have the option to add a balance. This is optional. You can even do a row and then a little glute squeeze if you want to, and keep them separate. So we're balancing on this front leg. So if your feet are flat, you do need to be bent over a little bit more if you're just focusing on the row. But otherwise, we really shift our weight into that front leg. Good, about 6 more seconds. Good, bring it up. We're gonna go to the other side. So shift your weight into that front leg. Knee is a little bit soft. Hand on the thigh. Nice, good row. So we wanna think hand on the thigh. We're looking over the ledge of the Grand Canyon. Weight is still in that flat foot in front. Option is to add that little glute squeeze. Or option is to hold it steady. So we don't want to be hunkered over. We're very tall. So straight line, shoulder to hips, to knees, to ankles. So you're squeezing the glute. Your belly button is pulled in a little, protecting that core. Chest is lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring it up, shake it out. Going back to our squats with the optional front raise. Optional front raise. Good. Your time is on. So down, and up. Always a good choice. Notice my legs are wider, makes it a little easier, especially if you're doing the front raise and the squat at the same time. So we want to keep, so we really got to keep that chest lifted. So if we drop, notice my elbows go up by my ears, and we don't want that. We want to stay tall. Good position, looking ahead. Arms come parallel to the floor. So even if it's down and up, same position. Good. Shake it out. We're gonna grab those weights. We're gonna do our rows. Rows, rows, rows. So weight is forward. Here we go. So when we think about this, this is our physics. So notice I'm not going straight up and down because my body isn't at a full angle. So if I was really folded over, I'd really be straight up and down. If I'm a little up, it's a little bit more at an angle. If I'm too far up, I'm working my shoulders and I want to get my back. So we're folded forwards. I mentioned yesterday, this is the one, if you put your forehead on the back of a chair, it's a good way to keep your form. As long as you're keeping that chest up, nice and tall. Good, let's switch. Other side. So soft knee, nice tall posture. Time is on, good rows. So you can always just do the rows. You can add that leg lift, alternating. Or you can tighten that tummy a little bit, tighten that corset, hold that good squeeze. Keeping the hips level, we don't want to turn. So we're keeping our hips level, like if there was a broomstick or a ruler back there. Nice and even. Good, about 10 more seconds. Then we're gonna go to the next round. Squeeze those shoulder blades in towards the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it up. Shake it out, grab a drink. Keep those feet moving. All right, we are going to do side leg lift. Nothing fancy. Side leg lift right. Excuse me, side leg lift left. Say that 3 times fast. And then we're gonna do wood chops right and left. So if you need something to hold on to, go ahead and grab it. All right, nice and tall. Shift your weight into that right leg. Toe is pulled up, out and in. Your time is on. 45 seconds. So if any of you have your step still, or you have a yoga block and you feel comfortable standing on it, you can stand on the step or stand on the yoga block, because we're working the leg we're standing on just as much as we're working the leg we're lifting. So about halfway through, you should feel this bum start to get a little tired, a little tender. Nice good squeeze. Making sure we're not turning this toe out. We're getting right here. So you have a very small space in front of you and behind you. So if you go forward, you're going to kick your toe against a brick wall. Good, shake it out. We're going to do the other side. So nice and tall, push that floor away, pull that toe up towards the ceiling, out and in. Doesn't matter how high you go. Height is not the goal. Stacking shoulders over hips, over knees, over ankles, and leading with the side leg. I did this with my mom yesterday. Guess where her leg was going? Yep, right in front. You can tell she's got a desk job. She's a little tight. 15 seconds. Eight seconds. And then we're gonna do wood chops, and it's all about the core. 3, 2, 1, good. Shake it out. With or without weights, your choice. I'm actually going to use a ball if I can find it. More comfortable for my shoulders. Little squat. High right, low left. Diagonals. I'm just doing a ball because it feels more comfortable on my shoulders. You can do this holding onto a dumbbell. I would hold on to the ends or wherever is comfortable for you. I'm just doing this because shoulders, you know, it's a thing. You can do this without weights. You can be a little more upright, but notice my hips and my knees are not rotating with this one, okay? I'm squeezing my butt cheeks together, pressing my feet into the floor and pressing them out like I'm trying to turn the lids of jars. So my knees are pressing out. Good. We're gonna switch and go to the other side. So up and then down. All right. 3, 2, 1. Good. So high and low. So watch my hips, watch my knees. They're not moving. This is torso movement. So I'm not going too far back. I'm grabbing my seat belt, buckling it at my hip. It's also not an arm exercise, right? We've done a lot of arms already. We're just gonna do a nice good rotation. Your arms are just there to hold the weight. You're just locking it in. Good, so I got some heads are stuck. Heads move too. 6 more seconds, and then we're gonna go back to our leg lifts. 3, 2, and 1. Good, set it down. Oh, yeah, I'm feeling that. Shift your weight into your right leg, nice and tall. Here we go, out and in. Now, check the hip. I know that you guys see me and not you. We all usually have one hip that likes to do this. You're like, I'm hitting my foot on the ground. Yeah, check this hip. It might be sagging. Pull it in, nice and tall. So if you've got a hip that typically is the one that is a little uncomfortable, or the one that has a little arthritis, or the one that talks to you later, that's probably the one that gets lazy. So do your best. Hold it in. Push that floor away, nice and tall. Good. Shake it out. Get ready for the other side. So same thing. Push that floor away. Check the hip. Pull it in. Out and in. So you can see I'm pretty stacked. I'm stacked better on this side than I am on the other side. I tend to lean a little bit more on my left. So just nice and tall. Anybody feeling their bums yet? I got, yep, here, me. If you're not, check that position. See if that hip's getting lazy. Pull it in. This is one where you kind of lock out those knees a little bit. You don't full-blown lock them out, but you get them pretty straight. Make sure you're not leaning. All right, shake it out. We got wood choppers. Grab your weight, whatever you're using. Good, so your time is on. So again, I'm doing with a ball. You can do this with nothing. You can do this with a pillow. Yeah, absolutely. Pillows are actually kind of fun, or even blankets, like when we did the towel workout, because now you've got this thing flapping and you've got to control that. Now you can always make it a little bit more, but you got to watch the knees. Ten more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. I think using the ball is harder than using a dumbbell. Either that or my shoulders are smoked. What about you guys? I'm thinking my shoulders are smoked. All right. Yeah. Good. So side and hip. So it's just shoulder to hip. So we're thinking open, close, stretch, squeeze, stretch, squeeze. So going back, we get a little glute and a little quadratus lumborum, big word, muscle in the back. 15 seconds to go. And again, you can go a little bigger. Two and one. Good. All right, shake it out. Give those arms a break. Sorry, I'm just checking. Whenever I see the screen flash, I always got to make sure my students are all here. It's kind of hard to tell. All right, so we're going to head down to the floor. But again, you can stay up, you can stay in the chair or stay standing, and you're perfectly awesome. So we're going to do chest flies. And if you're on the floor, you're going to do that glute bridge hold option. We're going to do tricep kickbacks. And then we're going to do our rear delt. Okay, so that's our first round. You can do this sitting in a chair. You'll lean back for your chest flies, and then you'll lean forward for your kickbacks and your rear delts. Going down to the floor, you'll be on your back for the first exercise, and then you can be in a half kneeling or a bird dog position for the second and third exercises. Yes? Okay. And then we're just going to do some abs after that. So, grab weights for chest flies, triceps, and rear delts. So, medium weights if you've got options. So remember on my chest flies, my lovely chest flies, I get to use my cute little pink weights. So, chest fly. If you're sitting, you're going to be back like this. The rest of us are going to be down on our backs, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Ballerina arms, so we have our beach ball, little beach ball, big beach ball, and you've got the option to hold up this wonderful glute bridge. All right, so in 3, 2, and 1, 45 seconds, chest flies. So you can take the bridge up and you can hold it. You can do a lift and a lower if you want to. So it's completely up to you. Or again, you can sit at the front of that chair, lean back towards the back, arms are at an angle, and do a chest fly sitting in the chair. This is also an option if you want to torture your abs. So I'm going to focus on my abs since I can't really focus on my chest, but that's okay. Shoulders are away from your ears no matter what. Arms are in line with your chest. Chin is off that chest. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to flip it over. Hands and knees. Grab a weight for tricep kickbacks. We're just going to do 1. So hands and knees, kicking back. If you have trouble being on your hands, half kneeling is awesome, right? If you're sitting in a chair, you just fold forwards and do your kickback. Yes, yes. So do what feels good. Do what feels awesome. I just like a good bird dog because you get a little more core in here. But do what feels good. 20 seconds to go. We're going to switch sides. Ten seconds. So take your time. Nice, good position. Rest when you need to, and you're all good. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to switch. Pop it over to the other side. So half kneeling. So bringing it up. Nice, good kickback. So again, half kneeling or bird dog, your tabletop position, or sitting in that chair. But our elbow is pointing back behind us. And we're doing a nice, good reach. So remember, we're working against gravity. So going back is when we lift that weight away from the earth, away from the gravity pull. You got about 18 seconds to go. And then we're going to come up to a half kneeling position if you're on the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, half kneeling position. So we're gonna be folded forwards. I'm resting my chest and my tummy on my thighs. And I'm bringing my arms out to the side like I'm flying south for the winter. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can always be on your tummy and do these, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? This is another option. Another option, if you're comfortable with it, is this is a little bit different, resting hips back on the heels. You do what feels good. And if that means you're doing one side and you'll do the other side next time, that's okay too. This is getting the back of our shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, back onto our backs. Chest flies. Our lovely chest flies. Good. Palms in. Open and close. And again, you can add in the glute bridge, you can hold it, you can lift and lower, or you can skip that glute bridge completely. So when we do our chest flies, our palms are facing each other. So we think just trying to find a nice, good, comfortable position for that shoulder. So for me, this one works better. Our elbows always stay a little bit soft. If we let the arms straighten all the way out to the side, we put a little extra stress on the shoulder and a little extra stress on that elbow as well. All right, let's go ahead and bring it up. Tricep kickbacks. And you can always do skull crushers lying on your back. You guys know those ones, yeah? I know you do. We do skull crushers. Good. Arms up and kicking back. So if you want to do skull crushers, that's the one where you stay lying on your back and your arms are overhead and you bring the weight towards your forehead. So kneeling, half kneeling, bird dog position. Belly is in, neutral spine, so we're controlling our abs even as we're doing an arm exercise. So doing our half kneeling, always a rockin' option, or even our sitting. 10 seconds to go, and we're gonna switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Switching over to the other side. 3, 2, and 1. Good. So if you're in the half kneeling, I do actually rest my chest and my tummy on my thigh. And that just helps me get a little more forward so I can get my elbow a little bit more back. But if you need to be more upright, that's okay too. Just make sure that we're not letting our shoulder pop forwards no matter which one we pick. Good. 15 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, and we're going to go to our reverse fly. So half kneeling, I'm switching the foot that's in front, and we're just going out and in, out and in. And you can do this without weights. Not a problem at all, without weights. If you need to stay on your back, this one's a little harder to do, but you squeeze your shoulder blades together like you're trying to lift yourself off of the ground and relax. So this is an option. It's just a little bit different. So many choices, right? It's like when you go to the store and you don't know what to get because there's like 50 of something. So you just pick what feels good and what feels like a good position and what you're able to do. Good. All right, set it down, shake it out, grab a quick drink. If you're on the floor and you've been laying on your back, relax a little bit before you come up if you've got to stand up to get your drink. Otherwise, crawl to where you gotta go. That's what I'm gonna do today. So now we've got Russian twists. And we've got a single leg lift and lower. We're gonna do right, and then we're going to do left. So, Russian twists. Option 1, sitting in a chair, same position. You lean back and you go side to side. Option 2 is you can bring it down and you can reach for the opposite knee. We just want to get a little bit of rotation. All right, 45 seconds and your time is on. So again, option 1 is you can do this little bit of rotation. But if you're doing the rotation, we don't want to be hunkered over and tucked in with our tummy really close to our thighs. We want to be tall, lean back, just a little tiny curve, and we rotate. If you're all the way down, you just reach for the outside of the opposite knee. Again, chin stays off your chest, shoulders are relaxed, and you can even have your legs up and reach for the outside of the opposite foot. Good, in 5 seconds, we're gonna lie on our backs and we're gonna have one foot flat on the floor. Good, let's roll it down. Lie on your back, 1 foot flat on the floor. Press the low back into the ground and you're gonna slowly lower that leg towards the floor and then you're gonna bring it back up again. So this is just a gentle lift and lower. And the thing to think about with this one is your low back needs to stay pressed into the floor. And you do that by bracing your core, pulling your belly button in just a little bit, making sure you're still breathing. The second your low back starts to lift off of that floor, that is where you bring the leg back up. If you want to make it a little harder, the other leg stays up off of the ground. 10 more seconds, we're going to switch sides. Two and 1. Good. Short rest if you need it. Get ready. We're going to do the other side. 3, 2, 1. Good. Slowly lower and bring it back up. And again, think about that low back position. You want to make sure that you couldn't even slide a piece of paper. And the closer your leg gets to the floor, the harder it is to hold that core in. So listen to your body. We don't want to force it. And if you've got really tight hips, then the closer you get to being straight and having that leg close to the floor, the higher the chance that your pelvis is going to start to get pulled forwards. So really take the time, listen to your body. 5 more seconds. And we're gonna go for round 2 and then you will be done and we will stretch. Good. All right, little rest. We're going to do our Russian twist. Decide which ones you wanna do. 2 and 1, good. So you can be on your back if you feel better. Do your diagonal reach. Or you can be in your up position in that V-sit. And that's all right as well. But we have a nice open chest. We can fit an apple underneath our chin. Especially when we're up. As we start to get tired is when we start to hunker over and start to tuck in. And we want to stay tall and do our nice good rotation. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Onto our backs. Single leg lift and lower. And you can have a foot on the floor or the opposite leg can also be up. Your time is on. So slowly lower. Bring it back up. So spine is neutral. So imagine you have a water glass on your tummy and you don't want to spill it. About 20 seconds to go. Ten seconds. Make sure you're still breathing. As always, rest when you need to. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Short rest. And we're going to do the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Slowly lower and lift. And think about where those abs are. Twenty seconds to go. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Bring the knees in. Make sure your area is a little bit clear. We're going to do a little bit of stretching, so that might mean rolling some weights out of the way. All right, so we're going to just gently pull both knees into the chest. I like to grab behind the thighs, but it's up to you if you want to grab behind the thighs or grab in front of the knees, just whatever feels good. And then if you'd like, you can also lift your upper body and do a little tuck. Good. Release the upper body if you're doing it. Take the feet to the floor, knees bent, feet flat, arms out to the side, palms facing up. We're going to take both knees to the right, and as we do, the left hand drops palm down. Return to the center, palm up, and then do the other side. So whatever side the knees drop to, the other hand rotates palm down. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Take the right leg straight. We're going to pull the left knee in. Try to keep the knee pointing towards the ceiling, and we're just going to gently straighten the knee and then bend. We're going to stretch the hamstrings nice and slow, and don't force it to go straighter than it should. There shouldn't be any pain, just a tug. Good. Soft knee, circle the ankle. Other direction. Good. And we're going to take that knee, we're going to bring it across the body, trying to keep the opposite arm open out to the side. Good. Bring it back into the center. Take the other leg straight. We're going to pull that leg in. And again, we're just going to gently straighten the knee, bend the knee. Just nice and easy. Good. One more. Good. Soft knee, circle that ankle. Other direction. Good. Let's bring that knee across the body. Good. And we're going to roll ourselves to the side and then onto our hands and knees. So just roll over onto your tummy, come up to hands and knees, come into our Bird dog position. We're going to inhale. We're going to lift the chest, gentle arch of the back. Then we're going to exhale, tuck the pelvis, and then we're just going to gently sit our hips back towards our heels. And it doesn't matter if they touch. Just getting a nice good stretch. Good, and come back to hands and knees, and again, lift the chest, gentle arch of the back, and then exhale, round the spine, tuck the hips, sit the hips back towards the heels. Good, we're gonna come up to a half kneeling stance. If you need to come to standing, you can, just take your time. We're gonna tuck our pelvis, and we're going to just gently push forwards and then add a gentle side bend. Good, bring it up, keep the hip stretch. Nice good pat on the back. Good, we're gonna switch. Other foot is in front. Tuck the pelvis, gentle push forwards, gentle side bend. Good, bring it up, nice and tall, don't fall over. Nice good pat on the back. Good, we're gonna carefully come up to standing. All right, nice big chest stretch. Oh, we are running a little late, that's okay. Good, good chest stretch. All right, big breath in, we're gonna spread the fingers. And as we exhale, loose fist. One more time. Inhale, spread the fingers. Exhale, bring it down. All right, you guys are done. Woohoo!